Hey everybody, welcome back to our Speed Shop. Of course, we got Dick, Shop Duck Loudmouth down here, letting his presence be known. But I had a question on one of my comments for doing the fuel line flaring. If I could show how to do the GM fittings. So the GM fuel line fittings right here. He wants to see how I do that. I'm also going to demonstrate how I do these push lock ones too. So stick around and enjoy the video. All right, so the fittings we're going to do first are what are called the GM fuel line forming. So we're going to use these first. It's these two dies with these two adapters. Excuse me, I guess these are dies and these are clamps, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to do those first. So just like the other ones, I'm just going to use a piece of 3/8 tubing. We grab the 3/8 size. And we're going to load that into the hydraulics right here. So the way I always do it is I always put these in first. You don't clamp them down yet, but you stick them in there like so. And I hold them in place, getting close to being tight. It helps put them in the right direction. And it's raining again today, so hopefully you can hear me. So again, you line it up to where the edge of this lines up with the end of that tube. And you clamp it down. We're doing 3/8, so we're going to take the 3/8 die. And screw it in basically until it stops. Crank it down and then start pumping it in. Go till it stops, release it, and you can unclamp the tube from the die, or the clamps. And there you have it. So that's called the GM, or what is it, the GM line form, GM fuel line forming. And I'm not sure what that actually goes to because I've never actually found one like that. And so I grabbed this. I don't know if that's the right one or not. See if it clips in there, but it doesn't actually seal. So I don't know exactly what fuel line that is for GM, but we're going to go ahead and do an actual fuel line fitting as well for the push lock, which is a very common way, and it's this style here. So let's go do that with the other end of this. I think the push lock is going to work on that style as well. We're going to grab the same, we're going to grab a 3/8 one. And again, put it in our hydraulic ram here. Get her tightened down a little bit. Take the other end. Not that 5/16. No, that's 5/16. There's 3/8. And again, we're going to line it up with the end here. Some of these the newer mastercool kits, they have a stopper you can add that is in there, helps you line that up. Otherwise, you just got to do it by eyeballing it. Tighten it down, grab your 3/8 die. This one's a little weird because it has a tendency to stick. So when you're using this kit, it's going to stick a little bit after you press it on there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You'll get to see it here in a second. You crank it down as far as it'll go. Like I said, it gets a little tight right here. Okay, so it stopped right there. And again, you just crank it down. Then you release it. And this is where a lot of people mess up with these, is they try to disconnect everything this way because it gets stuck in there. But all you gotta do is screw it out, at least on this mastercool kit. Screw it out till it stops right there. If you just keep unscrewing it, it's eventually gonna pop. And that just released it from the tube. You get that out of there. And there you have good old push lock fitting. So that should actually work on this one here too. See, that clips right in there and it's a perfect fit. You can release it with the lock. And then you have these ones here, which are your more common ones. These are all dormant parts you can get at O'Reilly's. And you see that right there. So that's the thing, that's very similar to what you'll see under your car with the fuel line filters or fuel filters. And again, clips right on and seals up. These have O-rings in them that seal. And to release it, you just pinch those in, pop it off, and that clip stays on there. So when you go to replace it, that will just be on there for next time. So I'd replace these each time too, but there you have it. That's your GM push lock, or push lock fitting. All right, so that covers how to do that GM fuel line forming one. I'm not sure what that's actually used for. I've never actually found a fitting that will seal onto. So if you've seen one like that, let me know where I can find it, what they're on. Let me know down in the comments. And this one here, just your typical push lock style. So you get that. And this fuel line fitting would be on a piece of nylon fuel line like this. And it just clips on like that. And there you have your fuel fitting. So this kit's real nice for doing all kinds of work like that. So you have your brake lines, you have metric bubble. Maybe I'll do a bubble demonstration sometime too for metric fuel, metric brake lines. But so you got your GM fuel line forming, your regular push lock forming, and that's it for this kit. It pretty much covers everything with it. All right, so just a real quick summary. So we went ahead and made the two different flares. This is the GM fuel line forming flare, which is this little short one. And like I said, if you know what the heck this goes to, because I've never seen one this short before. Most of them are like this one that is, you know, about 3/4 of an inch long. And I've never seen one that short. That short, yeah. Pointing at something down there. But anyways, so like I said, you know, that summarizes that. This is how you do it. So you got the short ones like that, then the normal ones that I've used quite a bit of that go with these push lock style. So like I said, if you know how what that actually goes to, if you see one like that before, let me know what it is down in the comments. I finished up this video on doing the fuel line flaring for a push lock and the GM fuel line forming. I'm not sure exactly what that one's used for. So if you know, let me know down in the comments. So if you like this video, leave me a like down there, leave me a comment, let me know what I can do better, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So until next time, I will see you all later.